So you want to buy a Yonex racket and you don't know which one to choose. You've watched all the reviews that are possible on YouTube, but you actually don't know which model is the right for you. You've clicked on the right video. Hi everybody, it's Exodus. Today I'm gonna do a video to explain every series that Yonex are making right now to help you to make the best decision to see which racket is the best fit for you. Let's go. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna start with control oriented racket, going up to powerful racket, and at the end of the video I want you to write which racket from Yonex would be the perfect fit for you. So in terms of control, you gotta go with the Percept. The Percept is the racket where you have a smaller head size for the most part of the racket. So it's a 97 square inch head size. There's also a 100 square inch head size, but we're gonna talk about it later. You have two options of string patterns. So you have 16 by 19 and 18 by 20. So 18 by 20 is gonna provide a bit more feel, but it's gonna be harder to produce spin. With 16 by 19, it's gonna help you to still generate a bit of power, because you have to remember that the racket is control oriented. The other thing is that the frame is a lot thinner, so it's not generating as much free power. You need to be really well placed to the ball and to generate with your body position and the way that you're using your leg. From the weight, it's ranging from 330 grams with the 97H. H is for heavy. You have the 97D, which is dense. So dense is the 18 by 20, and you have the regular 97, which is 16 by 19, 305 gram. And then you have the 100, which is 300 grams, 16 by 19. If you still want control, but you can't really generate your own power, you're feeling like 97 is too tough to play. Then we're going to the next part. We have the Vore. So the Vore is a lot more powerful than the Percept, but it's providing a lot of spin potential compared to the Percept. So what I mean by that is that yes, you're gonna feel like the racket is a lot more powerful, but because of the spin, the ball is gonna land in. And so the most control oriented racket from the Vore line is the 95. It's a lot smaller, but I had to say that the way that the head is shaped with Yonex, 95 feels a bit more like 98, and 98 feels like 100, and 100 like 105. So yeah, the 95 provides a lot of control, still providing a bit of spin, that's for sure. But this model is really interesting because it's rare to find a 95 square inch head size that provide that much spin. Then you have the 98, which is, I would say, for me, the line between control and power. So it's right in the middle. You have the 100 that feels really powerful, I would say, but because you have the spin, like I've said, you will be able to, compensate this power with the spin. So if you're not hitting with spin, I don't recommend to go with the Vore line. In terms of weight, you have 305 grams, you have 300 grams, and you have obviously all the model that I said except the 95 in the L version. So you have the 100L, the 98L, which are most of the time I think 280 grams. So gonna be a lot easier to play with those rackets. We're going up a bit in terms of power. We're going to the E-Zone, and I have to say that the E-Zone is feeling quite the same as the Vore, but the only exception is that you're feeling like the E-Zone is a bit more solid, and it's not providing as much spin. The E-Zone is the most solid racket, in my opinion, in the Yonex line, because it's probably suiting pretty much everybody. So you have the 98 Tour, which is the heaviest racket. So for the people that want a high swing weight and swing the racket, and you feel like the ball is going to be really hard and heavy, you have the 98, which is for me personally the classic version, 305 16 by 19. You have the 100, which is personally, I feel like normally there's a big gap between 98 and 100, but for this racket, if you're not feeling comfortable with the 98, go with the 100, because you're still gonna have pretty much the same amount of control between the 98 and the 100. Yes, obviously it's a bit more powerful, but you're not gonna feel the difference, or at least you can change it with your string setup. And then you have the 98L, the 100L, and you also have a 100SL, so super light, which is really good because actually, you know, you can start with an ease-on and really grow through your career by going up with weight. It's not an issue that you have with Yonex. There's also a 105 version, which is, I would say, a good mix between not going to a really powerful racket, but at the same time not going to a normal racket. So it's a lot more powerful than the 98 and the 100, but you have a bigger head size and it's a bit easier to play without being like a 115 square inch head size. Finally, we have the Astral, and the Astral is that power line. So if you're older, you don't want to run that much to the ball, you just want to play tennis, but you feel like tennis is really hard on your body, you might want to check the Astral. So really powerful, really fun to play with obviously, but not a ton of feel, that's for sure. Which Yonex racket is the best fit for you? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.